Hey everybody, it's me, Super Paul Games, and welcome to a brand new game, well, new to me, maybe it's old in general, I don't know, called College Romance. It was suggested by Jenny Pop. Hopefully I got the right one. It's a kind of generic name, so. Alright, so let's do a new game. Enter my first name. My name is, Alright, her name is going to be Enis, which rhymes with you-know-what.
Here it is, the start of my last year in college. And what do I have to show for it? I'll have my degree soon enough, and I've had some good times, but what have I really accomplished? At least it's a nice quiet day to be walking around and thinking about my life.
Well, there really is no trash on the streets. It's a nice, clean, quiet day.
I really should walk to school like this more often. Helps me to relax and just enjoy myself. Still, it would be nice to have someone to share this with.
What about me? What about me, the viewer, Enis the penis?
Oh, hey, Linda. I didn't expect to run into you here.
Apparently Linda's very thrilled by that look on her face. She's like, ugh.
Well, I normally ride the bus to school, but since it's such a pretty morning, I thought I'd like to take a walk. How about you? Yeah, I walk to school all the time. I'm just like you. I'm surprised. I haven't seen you here before then. Dang, why did I say something stupid like that? Stupid, stupid, stupid! Well, let's just get this over with. I generally start earlier when I'm walking. You probably have just missed me. You say that like I'm lazy good for nothing!
Whoa, Linda, you have issues.
No, really, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that usually I go earlier when I walk. I mean, I can tell from your figure that you're not lazy. Am I right? Sexy. Maybe I should be paying more attention to where your eyes are looking when I'm talking to you.
What? Where are you looking then, woman? How are you not looking at my eyes? My eyes are up here. Are you busy looking at my crotch bulge? Just because I'm Enis the penis does not make that appropriate. Just because I wrote the word penis on my crotch. I didn't write penis goes here, but people misunderstood. And then all the people at gay bars hit on me, and it was weird. What was I even talking about?
Well, if I don't get going, I'm never gonna get to school, so see you later. Yeah, I better get going too.
Wait, can we walk together? Aren't we going to the same place? Like, is that how much she hates us? That though we're going to the same place, she can't walk with us? Later that day.
Evidently, the teachers don't care that it's just the first day back. I've already got a ton of assignments, and I still have to buy some of the books I need.
You weren't prepared.
Oh, this looks like a nice place. Oh, and there's one of those books I was looking for. Can I help you find something?
Whoa, hey, short skirt, Julie.
Oh, you're reading Kierkegaard. Are you a philosophy major? I looked down at the book I picked up. Guess that is a Kierkegaard book my ethics professor assigned. I'm not a philosophy major, but this seemed like an interesting book to read. It's certainly one of the more popular works he made. Have you ever read any other works by Kierkegaard?
Whoa, Kierkegaard groupie, get off my dick. Why don't we lie?
Oh, I want some poo nanny. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Kierkegaard, the biggest ever. Really? Do you consider him to be more of a Christian existentialist or existentialist psychologist? Well, why do I keep doing this today? Let's see if I can't talk my way out of this. I think you'd have to say he was really both. Don't you think so? Well, a lot of people say that, but don't you think his book Repetition proves he was more than a psychologist? I don't think so. It's not that one-sided compared to his other works. You think so? Then what do you think about his work, Thus Spoke Zarathustra? Oh, I love that song in, what is it? 2001: A Space Odyssey? She must be doubting me, though. That's Nietzsche's work. Thank goodness for watching some History Channel. I think you're confusing Kierkegaard with Nietzsche. Okay, you're evidently not a total fraud. Just a partial fraud. You go to Alta University, right? Yes, I assume that means I get, your student discount on these books? It should probably be my student discount. Well, I can see why you know who Nietzsche was. I'm a philosophy major.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, children, is why she's working in a bookstore. Aren't a lot of jobs we're hiring now, philosophy major. Unless you start your own school like Socrates did, it's not. Like, yeah, this Philosophy Factory's been really busy, man. We're turning out a lot of hedonism, but there's not enough nihilism. You'd be like, what? You would think there would be. There's not a lot of demand for nihilism. It's a really rather downer philosophy. Whatever, shut up! My philosophy school devolved into just arguing, which most philosophy does.
And getting both the employee and student discounts is helping me a lot this year.
Oh, great. Why don't you tell me more about your stupid life story, Julie? I almost called you Nietzsche. She'd be like, you don't even know who I am, or Nietzsche was.
Yeah, I'll bet those discounts are great. So are you picking up any other books, or does this do it for today? Yeah, I have a few more to find, but I'll make sure to get in your line to check out, thanks. Oh, and now you're a bit of a flirt as well. Well, just in case you get in the wrong line, why don't you come over to our philosophy club meeting tomorrow?
You got pegs under your eyes. Is that you blushing?
If I do that, she'll know I'm a fraud. Time to tell one more lie.
That seems like an inappropriate response. Yeah, I'm lying my way through it, but she's probably going to figure it out. Time to lie some more.
Maybe another time. I've got a lab tomorrow afternoon. Oh, you're lost. Oh, well, it's nice meeting you anyway.
Dude, why didn't you just go, man? You could have just listened. You could have got with slutty philosophy major.
I continued looking for my books, and when I found them all, went up front to pay them, but she wasn't there. Dang, I didn't even get her name.
It was Julie. I saw it on the thing. Hey, this background was in Stillwater Creek, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it doesn't look like there's anyone else here. And it's getting late. Guess Linda made other plans. In any case, I better get home. What a day. Classes are going to be hectic, and it seems like I was pretty busy out of class as well.
How's that? You talked to Linda, and then who's the other good? No, you talked to Julie. Linda was a little weird one.
I guess I better get the studying done and head to bed. I don't want to get behind on my first day. Here it was Sunday, and tomorrow would start another week. It was a beautiful fall night, only Central Texas seemed to have. A little bit of fog in the air, but still quite warm, and nice to walk in and think in. I felt like things had been building up inside of me for some time, and then I exploded in my pants. Oh no, I pooped myself! And that maybe now it was time to make a decision.
Who the fuck is Becky? I can decide to see what Becky is. I don't want to talk to anybody. I can go home. You know, we're gonna just keep walking. Fuck Becky.
Yeah, at least it was a nice night for walking, and I felt like I could walk for hours. I continued walking, and before I knew it, I was back on campus. I thought I saw a light in the distance, and getting closer, I saw a sign about a performance art piece being unveiled. My curiosity caught hold of me, and I went inside. There were just a few of us standing at the end of the room, while this one beautiful woman danced slowly around the room, speaking as if in a trance.
So, I let myself be cast my soul like bait, masturbate fishing for a bite, not knowing what would come.
I'll come. It was so strange and yet beautiful. Her voice had a beautiful British accent.
Oh, I should have had my friend Lauren do it. Her voice would have been way better than the one I did. What's wrong with my voice? Nothing.
And the performance was making her sweet, and her giant boobs jiggling, and it hurt. And the sweat was glistening in the subdued light. Oh yeah, glisten for me, baby. Glisten!
Suddenly from out of the dark, the cosmos I felt a tug.
Oh baby, I'll tug it for you.
And I realized he was hooked.
You're a hooker? I was shocked as she moved right in front of me, and then grabbed the front of my shirt and tugged as she said that I had been hooked. Oh, jizz in my pants. I looked in her eyes, and there was something there I couldn't ignore. She started backing away, but pulling me with her, she continued her performance, and I could do nothing but follow.
Whoa. Had I hooked him or had he snared me, I could only tell that we were now joined, yet it was unfulfilled.
She then pressed herself against me, and I could feel her heart and sweat through the mesh that was barely keeping her top together. Oh, dissolvable tops. Part of me imagined pulling her closer and kissing her, without thinking I did.
Oh, no! No, Enis! No! She's doing a performance piece, you idiot! Don't... Oh, you fool. You absolute fool. I just hope she works with it and rolls with it. Because she's doing a performance piece, and you're like... Ah, blah, 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 blah. That's the noise I make when I make out. Hey, who wants to make out?
In response, a cheer went up from the others in the room, and it was as if I had broken the spell. She let go of me and looked past me at the rest of the audience and began to bow to each of the folks there. Finally, her gaze returned to me, and she whispered,
"Don't screw it up now. Pretend like this was all part of the plan. Turn around, smile, and bow."
"Oh, I like it when you tell me what to do. Call me little baby powder puff." Oh, okay. By this point, though, she had moved away to get a towel. Is she going to towel me off? And to talk about how wonderful a piece was with some of the others who were there. "But I want to kiss you more. I like making kisses." Oh, man. Always kissing alone. Not knowing anything else to do, I sat down in a nearby chair and tried to regain my senses. Finally, I decided to just walk out to see if I could make sense of what was going on.
"Oh my God, Enis! Are you stupid, man? She went with it. She rolled with it. She let you put tongue on tongue, possibly. Lips on lips. At least go talk to her, you dork." "Hey there, where do you think you're going?"
Evidently, I'd made an impression on her after all. Nowhere, I just stepped out to try and catch my breath. Oh, and to figure out what just happened.
"Silly, you know what happened. We fell in love." "Oh God, run! Run, Enis, run! She's insane. She's overly attached." "Or are you gonna tell me you go around and grab women and kiss them for no reason?"
Grab women? You grabbed me.
But you grabbed my heart first. How could have it turned out this way otherwise?" "Oh my God. No, Enis. No, if she just meets you like this, and she's like, I'm in love with you, tomorrow she's going to want to have children. And the day after that, she's going to boil all your female friends because she's jealous."
Sensing that I wasn't getting any closer to the truth, I decided on a different tack, even. "My name is Enis, it rhymes with penis, and I have one if you'd like to see it. Just thought you might want to know. Just throwing that out there, maybe,
"Oh, you want to try to be formal now? My name is Annette, so if we're going to be formal, I assume you're about to get down on one knee and confess your love." "Run, Enis, run!"
What the hell? Fine. Okay, let's see how she responds to that.
Getting down on one knee.
"How rude of me, my fair lady. How can I have forgotten to tell you how properly that I've only lived for the slightest notice from your heart. Not all the notice, because right now you're giving me too much notice, but the slightest notice. Enough where we kind of make out and do it, maybe a little handy in the closet, and then we don't talk for a while."
You're funny.
Great. Imagine a life with that laugh. With that, she knocked me over, lay on top of me, and began kissing me earnestly.
Oh dear, Enis. This is how you get syphilis.
She felt so warm, evidently still worked up from her performance and from catching up to me. But there was something else, something about the taste on her lips.
Oh, I was afraid I was afraid the game was gonna be like, I see a bulge in her pants. It's a man.
"You're drunk."
"Shh, someone might hear you, and I'm not done yet."
With that, she pulled off her top, then pulled mine off, and began to rub herself on me.
What? Maybe I've been doing sex wrong all these years. I have never once had a lady pull off her top and pull off my top, and then we just rub chests. That's it. Chest rubbing. Ow! Maybe I should do that more often.
"Okay, stop it. No, I mean it. Stop it. Or I swear I'll never see you again." That got her attention.
"You can't say that. We're in love. You have to be with me from now on." Oh my God. God, she's crazy, dude.
Is this how you treat all your boyfriends?
Oh, don't bring up the B word. Don't bring up the B word. She's gonna think you're in a relationship.
She reached back, grabbed her top, and put it back on.
Damn it, Enis. You ruined it. "There is no boyfriends. I've always known you would come along." Oh, God. "So I didn't worry about things like love or dating or anything before now. Then you reward me like this." Oh, God. She's insane, Enis. And why don't you keep your mouth shut until you at least got a hand job? That seems like the classy thing to do.
I didn't mean to insult you or even imply I wasn't enjoying this at all. I love it when we rub chests. Can we do it again? But I'm a little concerned that you might be acting this way partly because you've had a few drinks, and I'd like to get to know you better before we start messing around in the grass, just a few yards from a crowd of people."
Better get used to it, love. I'm not giving up on you no matter how mean you are to me. I know you're the one. I knew if I performed that piece tonight, it would bring you to me, and here you are. Annette is insane. Like when we walked in and I saw the lovely red hair and the luscious boobs and the pretty jeans, I was like, oh yeah. And then she was like, I'm gonna gouge your eyes out and eat them so you're inside me forever. And I'm like, this is scaring me.
It felt like a train was rushing by with an important message written on the side, and I was only picking up every third word. I knew everything I was hearing meant something, but I couldn't seem to pull it together.
Enos, it shouldn't be that hard to figure it out. She's insane.
So one more kiss and we should go back inside and see what everyone's up to.
She kissed me, helped me to get my shirt back on, and then took my hand and led me into the art room. The next morning... Oh, man.
Wait, who that? Ewan? Oh man, last night was so crazy. I almost wondered if I was the one who had too much to drink and it dreamed it up. The sun's hitting in the right spot. Nice and warm without being too hot. I think that's the main character, but the name changed.
Is it or isn't it love?
It is the main character. It's still Enis, but now it says Ewan.
I turned around and... You live near here?
Of course not. I have my own apartment downtown, which I obviously need to have you come over and check out.
What? Why?
And then how did you know? Annette tucked her arm into my arm and started us walking toward the school.
A good performance artist, just like a good magician, never reveals her tricks.
Did you sleep in the bush? Did you follow me home, Annette, and sleep in the bush? Is there like a little poop pile you made by the bush? You're wearing the same clothes as last night. You must have. Oh, no, that's not good.
Okay, you know I live near here. What else do you know about me?
Now I met you yet. I'm looking forward to learning all about you. For example, I've never seen you in art class, so what do you study at Ultra?
Well, I'm a double major, you know, double Enis, they call me, like double, I don't know, computer science and English lit.
A writer, brilliant. You can help me work on the dialogue for one of my upcoming pieces. I call it Annette Marries Enis.
You seem to be forgetting about the computer part, though.
Love, I'm holding your arm and I can feel you breathing. Now tell me the truth. Are you really interested in computers?
I enjoy working with them, but more as a tool to help me do what I want.
So your dad pressured you to at least keep one major that had you make a chance of making a living, right?
There you have it. I'm just an open book to you, Annette.
You say that like most people aren't. Come on, you can already tell a good bit about me.
Yeah, you're crazy. That's what I can tell, Annette. Did you eat your own poop when you were pooping in the bush outside? Did you, like, make out with the bush? Oh, this is the bush he walks by each day. Let me rub it in my vag hole.
It's not the same thing. We're fated to be together, and so we can read each other better than we can read other folks.
Oh, no, Enis. Enis, no! Don't! What? Enis! What?
She punched me in the arm without letting go.
You obviously haven't internalized that yet. That's fine. It won't be long before you believe me. Besides, you were just trying to change the subject. Don't ever change the subject on me!
Alright, guilty as charged. Okay, you like to be considered a bit wild, and you're willing to drink and party to make people believe that. You also like to pretend that you're completely open with your feelings, and you are for the most part. But there's some feelings that are so intense that you prefer to push them down rather than try and deal with them.
Good job, Enis. That's just like doing a horoscope, saying something that everybody's like. People are like, how'd you know? Well, all people are kind of like that.
In that case, what am I trying to avoid dealing with?
Your fear that people don't believe you're important. That maybe your life is as common as the other people around you, and that you might not be the star you hoped you were so badly. Ironically, you're not even the star of this game.
Ouch!
That's hardly a profound insight. It's true of most creative people. I feel the same way about myself sometimes.
You know what? You've been talking too much.
Annette pivoted us around our locked arms and then kissed me. It caught me by surprise, but soon I wasn't worried about anything but how to make this moment last. I'm erecting a boner erection. She then took my arm again and started us back towards school.
You know, you can occasionally make a move on me, love.
Oh my god. We haven't even known her 24 hours, and she's giving us grief about who initiates kissing and sex. I don't even know your last name, Annette. Is your name Annette? Annette Funicello?
I believe I kissed you first. I should get some credit for that.
Noted.
In any case, it's pretty clear from your accent that you didn't grow up around Elta.
Are you sure? Maybe I'm just faking it.
I tried the same move Annette had pulled, and ended up almost pulling both of us to the ground.
An A for enthusiasm, but you obviously never had any dance lessons.
Sorry, I just figured that I could tell by the way you kissed if you were faking it.
Well, lucky for you, I'm actually from overseas, so we don't have to kiss just to prove your point.
Wait, I thought you just said you were from here, lady. Did you lie to me? Is this how you want to start off a relationship, with a lie?
Have to kiss? I pulled her close, and this time we connected, evidently long enough that I heard a couple of folks walk by and clear their throats. Take a picture, it'll last longer.
Oh, isn't that better than being all uptight?
Are you tight?
Inappropriate question.
I'm not sure. It seems like I could get rather addicted to that kissing stuff.
Good. The right level of intoxication always leads to the best performance.
Are you drunk this early in the morning? You mean that all of the life is just a performance?
Isn't it? You don't ever think about how other folks will look at you, you know, or what they think before you'll do something.
My turn. Ouch.
That's what performance art is all about. I show you truth by opening myself up.
Can you open your legs up? Yeah.
And using my body and my experience as my palette.
I hope that's not an excuse to be a whore!
Now, I don't suppose you ever saw the movie Better Than Chocolate?
The protagonist is a performance artist in her own right. Yes, I've seen it. I'm hoping you were thinking about the body painting scene, though.
I just wondered if it was something you ever tried.
Nope, but now that you bring it up...
I'm not having this conversation with someone I just met last night, yet if I look at my heart, I'm already starting to feel sad that we're not going to be in class together. Man, am I messed up.
She got you, sir. She got you with her creepy stalker ways.
Oh, you just got awfully quiet.
I just realized that once we get to school, I won't get to see you for a while.
Here.
She handed me a folded piece of paper.
Cell phone number, email address, instant messenger, and my apartment address. There's also a picture of me I drew. I expect to see you at the last one at 6 p.m. sharp, unless I get a call from you on the first one.
Oh, God. Are you serious? Are you serious? You didn't even ask me to hang out with you. You're like, you better be at my house at 6 p.m., and if you don't, you better call. I don't want to be in a relationship.
With that, she gave me a quick kiss on the cheek, disengaged her arm, and started running.
Ah, I have a boyfriend. I'm gonna be late for class. I'm helping out with love. See you tonight.
And just as I thought, my heart began to ache. Damn, I think maybe we are meant for each other.
Either that, Enis, or you're insane. That evening...
And it's almost 6 p.m., and it looks like this is the address Annette gave me. Not exactly what I was expecting, of course. So far, that describes everything about Annette.
Looks like you found my place without trouble.
Hey, it's also the kitchen from Stillwater Creek. It might be from something else. It's just that's the first place I saw it.
Annette had given me a quick peck on the cheek at the door, and I wanted to give her my pecker, but I guess I have to wait. And then I made my way into her kitchen. I had followed out of a desire to be close to her and expect what might be cooking. Tales of blood pudding and haggis being prominent among the few things I knew about British cooking.
Oh, God. I hang out a lot with a British person. Oh, I don't want to eat blood pudding. That sounds nasty.
However, it looked like it was going to be fish and chips instead, so I could rest easy.
No, say it right. It's fish and American fries. God bless America. Food that I love. Put it in me, put it in her, till she comes like a dove from above. From her chesty mountains to her vagina, to her mouth, full of her foam. God bless my insane girlfriend. who I'm going to bone. God bless Annette. Please can I go home? Oh, thank you. America. That's America the Amazing by Paul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wasn't I doing an LP? Sorry for the bad singing. I lied. I'm not sorry at all.
You can thank Google for my making it here on time. I just had to follow the directions.
So how was your day?
Does that mean this game was brought to you by Google?
She moved near me. I wrapped my arms around her waist. To be honest, I missed you horribly, Annette.
Hold that thought.
Annette gave me a quick bump and then moved to check on something she had to cook.
Anything else happened today, or were you too morose to notice?
Looking for an entertaining story? Well, in my ethics class, I made the mistake of telling my professor that I thought that Kierkegaard talked a good game, but he obviously wasn't all that smart if he was so miserable all the time.
You decided that you wanted to fail your last year at college?
Isn't this your last year also?
Nope, I'm 12.
No!
Nope, I graduated last year, but I'm still here on a fellowship. You're changing the subject again, sweetheart. You surely know that you were baiting your professor. Why?
To be honest, I suppose I don't care much for his idea of ethics.
No, I don't know. Nor do I want to hear some campus gossip about someone else's beliefs. Seriously, even if he doesn't practice what he preaches, does that necessarily invalidate his reasoning? Sometimes we know things should be a certain way, even though we can't do it ourselves.
Why are you preaching to me, Annette? Can I just touch your boobs? I sang a song for you!
What do you believe, then?
Call me corny, but I believe in love. If you act in love, I don't see how you can go wrong.
I'm going to call that corny, but I might be tempted to call that simplistic.
No, Enis! No! It gets laid. Before you... You know what, don't even criticize her beliefs. Just, let her have her own opinion, Enis.
Most of my fellow performers would agree with you. Doesn't mean I think you or they are right. In any case, dinner's ready. Make yourself useful and carry this out to the table.
And so we sat down to enjoy dinner and chat. It was hard to believe it had only been a day since I met her. Afterwards, she invited me on a tour of an apartment.
And finally, this brings us to the bedroom.
I think that's nervous sexual laughter. Annette, you have a fantastic apartment.
Thanks, I try to keep up with things.
I pulled Annette into my arms and we kissed. Once again, it seems like the world disappears, except for the warm feeling against me.
I hope it's not a boner.
Very nice, love, but it's time for you to go.
What? What? I need sexing. My wiener stick needs vertical or horizontal friction, please.
What?
You've got homework. I have some notes I have to prepare for a class I'm helping out with. If you stay around, neither of us will get any work done.
That's the point, is not to get work done.
But
I can't answer a question you don't ask.
Fine. I thought that maybe we were going to spend some time alone together.
Nice way of dancing around it. Now you want to try being a little more straightforward? Forward.
Can I put my pee-pee in your vag hole? You want me to just say it? Okay, I was thinking we might be spending some time together in your bed.
But it's too early to go to sleep.
Really, woman? Really, woman? You're teasing me with your tease hole. By that, I mean her mouth.
I wasn't sure how much of this was her just being funny and trying to prove a point, so I decided to get much more specific. Well, I would like to make my penis, which rhymes with my name, Enis, fill with blood so it becomes engorged and erect, and then I would like to repeatedly put it into your lubricated woman hole. Is that turn you on? Making love, having sex, seeing how well my tongue...
Right, yeah, I got it. You're getting me all hot.
I can't believe that worked.
And that's not a good way to make me feel when you're getting ready to leave.
I didn't want to leave. Then could you please explain to me where I misread the signals?
Love, I want to be with you as badly as I feel you want to be with me.
No, if you did, we would be doing it right now.
But as I've told you, you're my first everything.
Oh my God, she's nuts.
Ever since I came to Alta, I had a picture in my mind of where I wanted my first time to be at, and it's not here.
Well, then...
There's a note with another address. Be there at noon tomorrow, and I promise you won't leave disappointed.
And with that, she escorted me to the door, and our evening was over. Later that evening... I can't be reading this right. She can't be serious. Arriving at home, I had unfolded Annette's note.
Darling, meet me on the roof of the Student Activities Building at noon.
Which would have been bad enough, but then she had followed with,
P.S. Bring a blanket and change of clothes just in case.
Why would I have to change my clothes? What would happen that would destroy my clothes?
Of course, I also knew that by having me go home and think about it all night, she was making sure I'd worked up enough that being outdoors wouldn't matter. I just hoped that the forecast for warm temps and sunny skies held up.
Next day, late morning.
Here it was, 11:40 a.m., and I needed to start my way up if I was going to meet her there at noon. Just as I was about to start up the steps, it occurred to me how strange this all was. Did I really know her well enough to be doing something like this? But then again, she has boobs. What if this was just another artwork for her, or I get up there and find her friends standing around to watch? Or if she had some cameras arrayed to record this for one of her classes? Or worse, it was on Cam 4. Or worse yet, maybe it's an experiment to see how crazy she can make someone like myself act. But then again, she's got boobs. I can't just stand here arguing with myself. I need to decide.
I am obviously going upstairs to take my chances. You don't go this far not to.
I looked around and didn't see Annette anywhere. I walked over to the edge to see if I could, see her arriving at the building when two hands covered my eyes.
Hopefully it's her.
It's about time you showed up.
I turned around to see Annette standing behind me, naked, her skin glistening in the sun.
You have to agree this is nicer than some closed dark bedroom, don't you?
I don't know that it is.
You look stunning.
Then stop holding back and get your clothes off. I want to see what you look like.
That's creepy.
As I undressed, I felt Annette's hands running all over me. Touch my boner. Touch it. And then I noticed the bottle of lotion. Oh, I'm going to get a hand job.
Trust me, you don't want to get a sunburn, particularly down there.
It felt like she touched me with a lightning bolt, but I knew it was just that I was so excited.
Lay out the blanket, then you can do me.
I have never in the world, my entire life, been with a woman and had her been like, lay out a blanket, then you can do me. I have never ever, maybe some of the women watching this can be like, oh, we say that kind of stuff all the time. I have never known anyone to be like, lay out the blanket, then you can do me.
And at first I thought she meant the lotion, then I realized that probably wasn't all she meant.
A couple of weeks later, holy shit, how long have you been sexing? You're going to stop!
The last couple of weeks have been a blur. It seems the only thing I can remember or even care about are those times with Annette. Somehow I've managed to keep up with my coursework, though it's hard to figure out when I've had the time to do it. I suspect that it's...
Why is she waving? Why is she walking across and waving? I assume she's just walking across like some sort of show girl just waving. Hi, Enis. Hi, Enis. I know it's not her voice.
I suspect that it's just that I'm so motivated at the moment that I can't make as much time available as I can. Or to make as much time available as I can. In any event, tonight I'm up here with Annette and several of our artist friends. Her friend Lucy just did her performance. Now everyone is here chatting, drinking a little, and having a good time. I honestly didn't think I'd fit in, but as a writer, I guess I get some cred. And it helped that Annette, though without asking me first, read one of her love poems that I'd written her.
Oh, that's great. I hope it was the song I sung to her earlier about the majesty of her mountainous chest.
Which is why I was busy talking with a couple of her friends when I noticed that Annette had hopped on the rail and was sitting rather precariously. Annette, what do you think you're doing?
I'm just having a conversation with a couple of friends.
You can't sit up there, don't you know you can fall? At this point, everyone's voices died down as they realized what the situation was.
Come on, love. You're being too footy. What's that term you Yank use, footy?
She scooted over to be able to get a better look at me, which elicited guests from several of her friends.
Say, can anyone pass me the bot? Oops!
Her arm flew out from behind her, and I ran to the rail, grabbed her under her waist, and pulled her down on top of me.
I love you too, but why did you footy? Why footy?
What the hell is wrong with you? Do you hate me? Do you want to kill yourself and see if I'll follow you just to make sure I really love you? How? And then I couldn't say anymore as I was overcome with tears. Annette looked at me and looked back at the rail and suddenly seemed to realize what had happened.
Yeah, Enis, I didn't mean to scare you. Please stop crying.
I'm not crying! I was pretty far gone by this point. I was surprised I didn't do more than just keep sobbing. Don't ever try and stunt like that again, or so help me, I'll just jump to make sure I land beneath you.
I don't think that would work, Enos. Because there's going to be a maximum fall rate either of you can reach, and she's got a head start on you, so...
Between my tears and my threats, Annette seemed to be sobering up, and she looked at where she had been again and shivered.
Love, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me and tell me you still love me. Please still love me.
Of course I love you, you twit! As soon as I said it, I realized just how much she had rubbed off on me, and the rest of the crowd seemed to realize the tension had broken and began to laugh.
I'm so sorry. I promise I'll be more careful. I promise.
She kissed me then, and I didn't care who watched as I held her tightly, just wanting to reassure myself that she was okay, that my heart was still in one place.
Time passes and the seasons change. Before you know it, it's spring.
Spring was always a great time of year at Alta, and particularly this year. My schedule was much lighter, and it was easier to do what I had to do, while still making time for that which I wanted to do. Unfortunately, my parents didn't seem to have the same sense of priorities. Between my late nights and my newfound determination to get a master's degree in English literature, things were getting tense at home.
The problems of the middle class! Dun dun dun!
Julie had been kind enough to help me get a part-time job at the bookstore, and I had begun paying a token amount of rent to my folks to try and reduce some of the fighting, but that hadn't been all that effective. So I decided to try a different tactic. Annette, over here!
Hey there, love. What a nice place you found for us. I wonder whatever you could have in mind, if you know what I mean.
I'd call you insatiable, but I'm at least as bad. However, that's not my prime motivation for tonight. Optimus Prime!
Oh, human transformers. No messing around. Ah! You had me come all the way over here and no.
Enough of the act. We might mess around a little bit, but I have a question to ask you first.
Whatever it is, the answer is yes. Now can we get to messing around?
I'm tempted to use that answer, then hold you to it, but I'd feel bad eventually, I'm sure. Now sit down on the bench.
Can I sit on your dick?
Annette sat on the bench, and as she did so, I got down on one knee.
No!
Well, that went well. That went very well.
She got up so fast, she knocked me backwards.
I'm sorry, love, but don't ever do that to me.
She gave me a hand, and I dusted myself off as I tried to buy time to figure out what to say next. I'm hoping you can explain what the problem is here. I love you. You love me. Why wouldn't we want to get married?
Turn the question around. Why would we want to get married? We love each other. We only want to be with each other. Why do you think we need a piece of paper to prove that we're going to do what we already want to do?
At the risk of getting slapped, because there's some kind of tradition to do so. If you want to spend the rest of your life with someone.
So you think that I'd leave you at some point unless we have that piece of paper? Well, even if that was true, would you really want me there just because it's difficult to leave or financially problematic?
I didn't expect her to say no. With how insane she's been from the start, I thought she would jump at the chance to get married.
Or is it a problem that you don't trust yourself, and you need that piece of paper to fall back on when some little hussy comes along, and you run out of ways to say no?
Then why aren't we already living together? Annette rolled her eyes.
Well, you certainly haven't asked me to move into your house, and this is the first time you suggest you want to move in with me. I'd prefer if you moved in with me, since I rather like that apartment, but...
Even though I can't cover my half of the expenses?
Love, do you think that I'm paying for that place from my money I get as a graduate assistant, or from my fellowship? You're rather simple sometimes, you know.
Are you a hooker?
I guess I am, so your folks pay for it?
No, my family trust pays for it.
She's rich?
I am, to use one of your phrases I've heard around here, dirty, stinking rich. And if you ask me why I never told you about that...
To be honest, I didn't care before, and I don't really now. Well, unless it helps pay my rent, and I guess I care about that part, but not the rest. I mostly like your boobs.
Okay, if we've had enough talking, we can start packing tonight. In the meantime, there's some messing around, you promised me.
With that, Annette pushed me onto the bench, unzipped my pants, and extracted what she was looking for.
Oh, micro penis, how I love you.
She pulled off her shirt, dropped her jeans, and wrapped the shirt around our waist to camouflage what was happening. Given the tree and the shirt, I kind of thought we had some privacy. I hadn't counted on one poor board park cop who had evidently noticed Annette acting strangely.
Afternoon. May I ask what the two of you are up to?
The fact that I didn't immediately lose all interest in Annette showed just how used to being outdoors I'd become.
Afternoon, officer. We're practicing for the part in a new production of Oh Calcutta. I assume you've heard of it.
Annette, I'm not going to say anything because this is feeling really good, but don't you think you might be more willing to buy it if you stopped moving?
Actually, I have heard of it. Assuming that's the truth, it doesn't change the fact that you seem to be inappropriately dressed in this park.
Officer, I hate to disagree, but if we're practicing a part for a play, which I've already pointed out, then this is the First Amendment issue, and in fact a similar case was ruled upon by the Supreme Court a few years ago in Tassett versus the City of St. Louis. Now, as both an actress and a performance artist, I fall under both the expression of art and rehearsal classes given in that decision.
Well, ma'am, I can't say I am familiar with that particular ruling.
I have a pertinent info, all of it in this pamphlet.
What?
Annette pulled a move at that point that made me realize she'd been probably in gymnastics as well as dance when she was younger. She essentially flashed the cop, which no doubt distracted him, grabbed her pants, pulled out a folded piece of paper that looked like an envelope, all of this without ever getting off my lap.
What?
The officer opened the envelope, checked the contents, and then...
I see your point, ma'am. Let me assure you that the sheriff appreciates your support, but you might want to practice somewhere a little more secluded in case someone else comes by who shoots first and asks questions later. I bet she's hoping Enis shoots first. Or maybe, probably not, actually. Whatever.
And with that, the cop left, and once he was out of sight, Annette bore down for a couple of minutes until we were both spent. Would I regret asking what was in that envelope?
Yep, just trust me, he won't be remembering this little incident elsewhere.
Annette continued to lay against me, and I felt the sun slowly moving to where it hit her back in my arms.
A couple of months later, and it's time for graduation.
I'm pretty sure I saw your parents in the audience.
The day after I moved out of my house and in with Annette, my dad basically disowned me. Mom occasionally calls to see how I'm doing, but never asked about Annette. I'm not happy it came down to this, but I couldn't picture living without Annette.
Why does your dad disown you? Because you got a hot girlfriend who's insane and rich and British. Is it because she's a foreigner? Foreigners are people too. Dirty foreigners. Oh, damn it, I screwed it up. Some of my favorite foreigners are foreigner. Like the band. I don't know. No, I'm just going on and on for no good reason.
To be honest, being able to wake up and see her face in the early morning light makes me happier than just about anything else. I'm not worried they didn't come to understand, or that they didn't come, or that they came or didn't come. Eventually they'll come around to understanding us.
When do you think that will be?
I suspect that when I get my master's degree and show them I can actually make a living with my writing.
I don't know, they'll always suspect that you couldn't do it, even if it weren't for the trust fund.
Well, then I just need to make enough that we have to start contributing to it instead of drawing from it.
So what do you want to do now?
Do I really need to tell you, Boobalicious?
No, but I'd like it if you did.
The spark in Annette's eyes told me that she was still as excited by me as I am with her. Why would I want to mess with something that's working so well? I'm going to take you to this park I know that has a stunning view of the city, and then we're going to eat a picnic dinner. Then I'm going to eat you!
Sounds lovely.
And then when it gets dark, I'm going to have you for dessert. Noms!
That, my love, sounds like a perfect evening.
It might be worth trying this again. I think that's the end. Why would I want to? That seems like a happy ending, right? She seemed insane in the beginning, and she was probably insane, but she was hot, and she was nice, and she seemed to be loyal, and she was rich. Notice I put rich last, because it's the least important, but it is nice. Story by, oh, maybe that's why. Maybe when I saved the game, it defaulted to, how do you pronounce it? Ian? Ewan? Not Ian. Ewan? I'm not good. Like Ewan McGregor. So everybody, that was College Romance. It was suggested, like I said, by Jenny Pop and made by Ewan Grantham. I don't have a hard time with that name. Either way, it was a lot of fun to play, and thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all next time.